Feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the sky.
When I filmed my last video, the haul, I said that in my next video I wanted to film myself getting ready and like testing everything out just so I could get my first impressions and see how everything works. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do today. The first thing I'm going to go ahead and try out is the Urban Decay Self-Adjusting Primer. If you didn't see my last video, or if you haven't seen this product before, this is what the packaging looks like. It does have a pump, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people say just use a little bit. I think I'm gonna like maybe start with this much. So that's what it looks like when it comes out. It's like there's like brown specks in here, which I'm assuming are the pigment of some sort. I don't know. So it definitely comes out white. What? It almost feels kind of scratchy on my face. Okay, can you see like how it has like these white spots that have like sunk into my pores? I don't know if you can see all those like little white spots. So yeah, it's like filled them in, but there's like white spots. So I don't know, that's kind of weird. I just don't know if those spots are gonna affect my foundation in any way. So I did show that I purchased the Summer Fling Beauty Blender set, and it came with the 3 sponges, and I wanted to use the orange one because it's just so cute. And I don't know why, I just want this to smell like a tangerine or something. It doesn't, but I do recommend before you use these to clean them out, like run them under the water, use soap, because when I just was getting this wet and squeezing it out, all this orange dye was coming out. And I am going to use a foundation that I am familiar with so that kind of see how the primer and everything like all works together. So I'm going to be using the Maybelline Matte Poreless in the shade 238 Rich Tan. So typically when I use this, I just like dump it out on the back of my hand. Wow, okay. So that primer actually looks really, really good with this foundation. You can't see those white spots like peeking through anything. Everything's going on really smooth. It doesn't look cakey. It's just on so smooth. And it really, like really filled in my pores. I think more than anything, that's what it did. And then again, because I just want to use products that I know how they work, I know that they work well for me, I am going to just use some Tarte Shape Tape. And honestly, I should probably really get this in a darker shade when I'm tan, but I'm going to use the shade Light and just live life on the edge. I'm going to use the same end that I used for my foundation to kind of hopefully darken this out just a little bit so it's not so bright.
Collide, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint.
I really can't get over how good everything is sitting on top of that primer. So for my next product that I'm going to be testing out, this is the Kat Von D Lock-It Brightening Powder in the shade Petal. So this is meant to brighten your under eyes, or you know, any area that you want to brighten. This is what the packaging looks like. Normally when I set under my eyes, I do use this brush, which is from Morphe. It's the E48 brush, just like a fluffy, kind of almost like tulip shaped brush. So what I'm going to do is just lightly pick up some of the powder that's just sitting in the cap. I don't want too much. And I'm just going to lightly press this under my eyes. I am pressing, not like swiping, because I don't want to move any of the product around. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little nervous to test this out because in the Kat Von D contour kit, whenever I use those powders to kind of try to brighten up under my eyes, they always look so bad on me. I don't know what it is. They just look terrible on me. But this actually looks really, really pretty. It's light. It doesn't emphasize any fine lines. It does exactly what it says it's gonna do. Brightens. I think what I love the most so far with this whole combination is that normally I have to color correct with something like the Tarte color corrector, that orange one, because I have so much, so many like brown spots on my face and just like darkness under my eyes, and I didn't have to do any of that with this. Just to set the rest of my face, I always use the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, just the transparent one. This is an Eco Tools brush, a blending and bronzing brush, so I just dip into my powder, and then mostly like where I know I'm going to be bronzing and everything else, I just kind of press it over those areas so that everything blends nice and smoothly. And this doesn't add any extra coverage, but it does help to keep me nice and shine free. And I love the way this smells. It just smells like clean soap. Maybe that's a weird thing to like, but clean soap. I have two different bronzers. So I have the Hourglass bronzer in Radiant Bronze Light, which looks like this. And then I also have the By Terry palette, which has the bronzers on one side and then the 3 different blushes. And I don't know which one to use. I think I'm going to test out the By Terry palette today, and then I'll maybe test this out in a different video. All right, so I just cleaned my brush off. Now, when I swatched this the first time, yeah, I felt like this shade right here would be a decent contour shade. So we'll just see what happens. I mean, holy F. This is so pigmented. Do you see that? Literally all I did was this. Like, look how much comes off. Oh my God. I'm scared. Okay, please look good. Please look good. I think that's a really pretty shade, like really natural, nothing too crazy. I don't know how I feel about it being like a contour shade. I don't think it's as cool toned as I hoped it would be. It's really blendable. It's not patchy at all. And I know this palette specifically looks very intense, but I think because of this shade right here, that even if you were really, maybe not pale, but if you had, you know, a lighter skin tone, I still think that this would work for you, because that bronzer is so neutral and not like so intense that it's terrifying to use, but it's really, really pretty. Also, I think I'm very aggressive with this brush because I snapped the entire top off and Doug had to like tape it back together for me. So I'm just like really lightly tapping into this. I mean, that picks up so much color. Oh, I'm scared. I'm gonna go on this side because I think the lighting's better. Yes, yes, yes. Ugh. That is so pretty. It just is the color of a very natural tan. Yes, yes, yes. You need this. All of you need this. You do. Now, when I swatched these blushes in my previous video, I know that they look super, super intense in the pan, but honestly, when I swatched them, they weren't like really aggressive or anything. So I think I'm just gonna kind of, you know, like do this in all of them. There's definitely a lot of like powdery kickback. I don't know if the camera is picking that up, but let's see. Here we go. Oh, yes. I love these kind of colors, these bright like coral pink colors. Ah, I love blush. It just looks, it looks perfect with the tan. You know what I mean? Like with the natural tan, there's definitely like a sheen to it. And it's the Sun Designer palette #1 Tan and Flash Cruise. Go get it, everyone. Just, I'll wait. I don't think I have any new highlighters or anything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use Champagne Pop because, you know, it's like such a good product. So that is my face makeup all done. I think everything looks so freaking pretty. I mean, my skin is so smooth. My pores look almost non-existent. I didn't have to color correct anything. I'm so happy. I'm so happy right now. When I'm done with my face makeup, like before I go do my eyebrows and eyes and all that stuff, I just spray my face with some setting spray just so that the powder look kind of goes away. So this is the PIXI Makeup Fixing Mist. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of this. I think I want to try using this Dose of Colors duo. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is take Painterly Paint Pot from MAC, and I'm just using a little, like a dense brush like this. I think this is actually a concealer brush, just because my nails are so long and I can't actually get in here. And I'm just going to put this all over my eyes to cancel out any discoloration and get this ready for eye makeup. I'm going to be using the Holy Grail palette from VOSS, and I'm just going to pick up Thanks a Latte, the shade right here. I'm only going to put this above my eyelid because the duo is like a cream and then a powder that goes over the top. A powder, like a glitter, a shimmer or something. So I don't want to put powder down and then put like cream on top. So I'm just using this just up here. And I know a lot of people were asking about the eye makeup that I had been wearing. Was it in my last video? I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember what I was wearing. Actually, that's not true. I think I was wearing the Violet Voss Laura Lee palette, and I was using the shade Tickled Pink, which actually reminds me of this Dose of Colors duo. So I feel like this can kind of imitate, you know, what I did that day. You know what? I'm going to actually use the Laura Lee palette because this just has more of the colors that I think I'm going to need. So, and you can find these colors in other palettes. I'm not using like anything crazy. I'm actually just going to use the shade Press Pot right here, which is like a light peachy kind of color. I mean, you can find this in probably just about any palette. This is just going to be kind of like a transition shade, just to put a little bit of color in. So then the next shade I'm going to use, and again, this is nothing that you can't find in other palettes. I mean, they're very basic colors, but the next one I'm going to use is Britches right here. Just a pretty neutral, semi-warm brown shade. Putting that kind of just below where I put Press Pot, that like peachy orange shade. And again, I'm not putting anything on my actual lid. All right, so the next color that I'm gonna take is the shade Alabama, which is like a warm red with a brown undertone, I would say. And I'm taking like a more defined kind of a brush here, and I'm just putting this right on the tip of the brush, and I'm placing this in the outer edge. I'm kind of almost like pressing it on, so I'm getting a really precise application of exactly where I want this. I'm just gonna go back to that fluffier brush and just really soften everything and try to blend it just a little bit more. Okay, So now that all that is done, I'm going to go ahead and test out this duo. I'm going to use this flat brush and pick up some of this cream product here. And I'm going to place this exactly where I want this to go. Like a really precise application. And feel free to use your finger with this too. My nails are just really long right now and I like can't actually stick them in the color. Now I'm gonna go into the bottom part, which has, holy shit, the glitter. For this, I'm actually gonna use the same brush. I am going to spray my, not with that, that is makeup remover. I'm gonna spray my brush with a little bit of the setting spray and then just pick up the powder. Why do I keep saying powder? I'm gonna pick up the glitter from the top of the lid. And I'm gonna just press this right over where we put that cream product. Lighting is so horrendous. I feel like you can't see what this is actually looking like, but this is so pretty. There is obviously some fallout. I mean, it's glitter. So I'm just gonna take a brush and kind of dust that away. And it seems to be coming off actually quite easy. It is so beautiful. Pick up more of Alabama, that warmish red brown shade. And again, I'm gonna place this really strategically where I want it. Is this eye easier to see maybe? Right on the outer edge. And I'm kind of trying to blend those colors together. Like I'm trying to blend the powder into the glitter so it kind of fades together. I'm gonna pick up Britches again, and I'm gonna just blend the edges. The shade Sugar right here, it's just like a light kind of champagne shade, and I'm just going to use this to just put a little highlight underneath the eyebrow. And then I'm just gonna run whatever's left on that brush. Like I'm gonna connect the outer edges and run this on the lower lash line. I don't do a lot of eyeliner. I just feel like it doesn't look good on me. So if you like to do winged eyeliner, you could totally go for it with this, but again, it just doesn't really work for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Whiskers, and I'm gonna use, this is technically, I guess, a brow brush, but I'm just picking up Whiskers, and what I'm gonna do with this shade is just push it really close to my lashes to make it look more defined. I always use my Sephora Sephora 12-hour waterproof eyeliner in the shade Tiramisu, and I just put this right up here. This just makes it look like your lash line is a lot fuller than it probably really is. I really don't put dark eyeliner on the lower lash line. I just feel like it closes my eyes off so much. So I actually use ColourPop's Get Paid liner. It's like a golden champagne, and I feel like this looks so good with these kind of colors. So I'm just gonna put this on the lower lash line. I'm gonna just throw on some mascara, and then we'll put on a lipstick, a lip color. I want to try out the Kylie Kim colors. Specifically, I want to try this one because it's rosy, and you know that's my favorite. This one is in the shade Kimmy, and again, it just looks like this. So I'm gonna see how this one looks. I don't feel like this applicator picks up enough product. That is not as rosy as I thought it was going to be. But the lip product is super comfortable. I actually really like this color a lot. More than I thought I would. It's a lot different than I thought was going to actually come out of the tube. It is patchy, a little patchy. I have a feeling that when I wear this, I'm going to have to use the lip liner underneath, which I don't mind. That's fine. And honestly, like I said in my previous video, I don't always want a hardcore, long-lasting liquid lipstick. So I actually really, really like this. I'm just going to see what this looks like. That was the shade Kiki layered with Kimmy. These two shades. I really like that. I'm actually like really happy with how this turned out. All right, everyone, so that was my first impression of all the products that I hauled recently. And honestly, overall, I think everything worked out really, really well. That primer is a little interesting at first. I honestly was confused by it, but it has made my skin and all my makeup go on so well. I am blown away by the by Terry. I'm so in love with this. This one is incredible. So I highly, highly recommend this. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I had so much fun filming this video, even though it took me like 2 hours to film it. Hopefully I can cut this video down so it's not too terribly long, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. What is this? This is an Eco Tools. This is just an Eco. This is just an Eco Tools. Why do I keep looking at myself? This is just an Eco. Are you leaving anytime soon?
You wake me up higher than the mountain, and I will always love you. Thank you for the show. That'll be $100.
All right. It's been a pleasure, a real treat. Please get out. We were supposed to move technically, I think 3 days ago. And now we don't move until June 20th, so.
They have to make the apartment bigger because they didn't know how big Lisa was. Just kidding. I love you, Dollface.
I hate you. Alrighty.
Alright, hold on, I'm not done yet. I still gotta check if I have anything. Tell them what I'm doing.
Doug is very excited.
You refuse to go with me.
I don't refuse to go with you. I physically can't.
Alright, I got that ammo.
He's going to shoot all his new guns at the ring. I'm going to film a YouTube video. And honestly, I hope this hair isn't distracting to anyone, or like, I don't really know what's going on here. And honestly, I refuse to take a shower.
I'm saying honestly. You don't live in California, you're not from the valley. These suck. I have them. Alright, good day. I'm out of your hair.